Hey, hi, hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Shannon and this is Head in the Books. If you don't know, I make bookish content, reader content, kind of just any content, to be honest. I am a little bit of a mess, but it is okay. I tend to just roll with it. So if you're interested in anything to do with books, planning, writing, TV shows, movies, anything like that, stick around, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when I post, and come and join the community. I'd love to hear from you. Comment down below, let me know what you're reading, and without further ado, let's get us into this unhaul. So I'm not going to go into descriptions about this book. I am just going to tell you what I'm unhauling and why I'm unhauling it, because it seems so much easier to do it that way. There's no point telling you about books that I'm no longer interested in. So I'm just going to roll through these really quickly and yeah, let's get on into it. The first book I have here is 10 Things We Shouldn't Have Done by Sarah Milowski. I read this about 5 years ago. I have no interest in rereading it. I've outgrown this kind of genre, I think, and I don't actually remember much. I remember really enjoying it when I read it, but I just have no inclination to reread it, so there is no point keeping it. Next here I have The Sky is Everywhere by Jandy Nelson. Again, I've already read this. I enjoyed it for what it was. I don't see myself rereading it. I don't know if I will pick up more from this author in the future. A lot of these books are when I just started getting into booktube and trying to figure out what I like in books, what my reading tastes are, and even though these were my reading tastes about 5-6 years ago, they're no longer in my reading tastes now, so I don't see the point in holding on to them if I don't think I'm going to reread them, unfortunately. I only have so much space on my shelf, so I need to be ruthless to fit more books on. The next book I have here is The Door That Led to Where by Sally Gardner. I got this in a box of stories box. Yeah, that sounded weird. I got this in a box of story box and I tried it, didn't like it. I think I got about maybe 50 pages in roughly and decided this wasn't going to be for me, unfortunately. The premise sounded good, but I just wasn't into it. Like, I was 50 pages in, it's a fairly short book. I don't see me picking it up again, so unfortunately this is gonna go. The next book is All of This Is True by Lija De Panaflor. I butchered that name. I already read this. I DNF'd it at about the halfway mark. I did not enjoy it. I just didn't get along with the characters and the story just didn't move fast enough for my taste. I think this would have been really good. It sounds so good in the synopsis, but it just wasn't executed well, unfortunately, which made my enjoyment of it non-existent, which is why I DNF'd it. There is no point keeping a DNF. I forgot this was on my shelves until I rearranged and seen that this was taking up valuable space for another new shiny book. Next, I have Local Girl Missing by Claire Douglas. I have already read this. I did enjoy it. I will not be rereading it though, which is why I'm getting rid of it. I have The Sisters to read from this author. I enjoy their writing. I just don't see me rereading this book, so I will just move on to the other books I have by this author. So yeah, like, valuable space. That's the main goal of this whole video. I have no more space on my shelf, so I need to be ruthless and get rid of things so that I can make space for more books that I want to read. And also, I want to tend to have more books on my shelves that I've read rather than unread, because I want to have my shelves to exude what kind of reader I am, and right now they don't, because there is a whole mess of shit on there. 2022 is going to be the year that I make these shelves pretty, believe me. The next book I have here is Read Me Like a Book by Liz Kessler. I've tried to read this twice and had no luck, unfortunately. I don't know what it is. It sounds really good. Do you know what? Maybe I'll keep this one. It does sound really good. I'm going to read the synopsis of this one, because this is one out of the whole list that I would be intrigued to keep. Ashley Walker is in love. You know the feeling, that intense, heart-racing, all-consuming emotion that can only come with first love. It's enough to stop her worrying about bad grades at college, enough to distract her from her parents' marriage troubles. There's just one thing bothering her. Shouldn't it be her boyfriend? Dylan, who makes her feel this way, not Miss Murray, her English teacher. I don't know. What I might do is I might actually put this on my self-destruct pile. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. This one's not getting unhauled. This one's going on self-destruct, so I will have that coming out soon. Subscribe and hit the bell so you see when that comes out. But I think I'm going to put this on my self-destruct, and if I don't read it within 12 months, then I'll have to unhaul it. So yeah, this isn't getting unhauled. This is going on self-destruct. The next book I have here is Don't Wake Up by Liz Lawler. I have tried to read this once, I believe. I just gave up. I didn't really like the writing style. It felt really slow, and getting into the story felt like it was just taking too long, and I just don't have any interest in it anymore after reading the first 50 pages or so. The next book I have here is Suicide Notes from Beautiful Girls by Lynn Weingarten. I suck so bad at names. I actually got this from my sister, I believe. I think she was getting rid of some books, and this one was in the pile. But unfortunately, this one didn't stand up to any of the other books that I want to read that are on my shelves. I was mildly interested in this because of the synopsis, but I have books on my shelf that I'm really interested in. So it just didn't make the cut, but I do think it sounds good. I just don't think it sounds as good as my other books, so I'm going to unhaul it. The next book I have here is Noughts and Crosses by Mallory Bachman. I bought this on like a really cheap deal and wanted to start the series. I don't want to start the series anymore. I have way too many other series that are on my radar, ones that I've already started and not completed, so there is no point in starting another one that I'm mildly interested in. So unfortunately, this is going to go, and maybe in the future if I want to pick it up I can, but there's also a TV show that I could just watch if I want to. This is a series that I don't really want to start anymore because I have other series that are taking precedent over it. So even though this sounds good, it's just not the right time for it to be on my shelves. The next book I have here is All the Things We Didn't Say by Sarah Shepard. I got this because obviously Sarah Shepard wrote the Pretty Little Liars series, and I am in love with the TV show of Pretty Little Liars, but I've lost interest in this. I don't really care anymore. After reading the first 4 Pretty Little Liar books and the first 2 Lying Games books, I've decided that Sarah Shepard isn't really an author that I mesh well with, and I don't think that changing from YA to adult will change that. I just don't think I like their writing style, so yeah, there's no point keeping this. I feel like this whole video I'm just going to be like, there's no point, but it's fine. The next book I have here is Wonder Woman Warbringer by Leigh Bardugo. I got this for £1, you can tell, but I have no interest in it anymore. I have the Shadow and Bone series, the Six of Crows series, all to read, and I feel like they are more important, and like I want to prioritize them more. I'm interested in them more. I'm not really interested in this, so I think I only picked it up because it was £1, but now I'm like, yeah, I need the space, so this is gonna go. The next book I have here is 5 Feet Apart by Rachel Le Pinacott. I bought this because I wanted to read the book before I watched the film. I've done neither. So now my thought process is that I will just watch the film because it has Cole Sprouse. Yeah, it has Cole Sprouse. It has Cole Sprouse in it, so if I'm gonna consume this story, I'm gonna consume it in movie format instead of book format, and I'm okay with that. So the next book I have here, and probably the most controversial one on this list, is An Enchantment of Ravens by Margaret Rogerson. I DNF'd this. I did not like this. It had the recipe to be a good book. Faye, like, an ancient fae come into a human and the human going to the fae realm. Like, it had so much potential. I just didn't enjoy it. I got about 200 pages in, decided that I was not liking it and that it was going to put me in a slump. So I don't see the point keeping it because I didn't enjoy this. I DNF'd this. So it doesn't really belong on my shelves anymore. I had such high hopes for this and they just flopped. So this book's going. It's just going. And the last book I have here is Crank by Ellen Hopkins. I've actually already read this. I enjoyed it. Ellen Hopkins tends to write in like, what is this? Like prose? I have no idea what this is called. What is this called? Like, it's like poems. It's like written poem. And I did really enjoy this story. I enjoyed the way that it was written. I will pick up more by Ellen Hopkins in the future because the stories that she tells are so hard-hitting and the way they're told is so beautifully done. But this is a big ass book and I need the space. So I enjoyed this. I think I gave it 4 stars. I will definitely pick up more from this author, but I just don't want to have it on my shelf because it's so big and bulky and I want to make room for other things. And if I feel the need to pick up more from this author, it wouldn't be a reread, it would be her other books. So yeah, I think that it's just time to go. I've already read it, I enjoyed it, I won't reread it, and if I have any interest in any of the author's work, I will pick more up. Toss a coin to your Witcher, a valley of plenty. Has anybody been watching The Witcher? Has anyone watched season 2 of The Witcher? I need season 3. I need season 3 in my life. The song's stuck in my brain. The characters are forever in my heart. I need season 3. If you've watched The Witcher, comment down below. Let's have a chat. I need someone to fangirl with me over The Witcher. And here we have it. This is all the books that I'm unhauling in the first month of 2022. I feel like I'm off to a good start. Here we have it. This is all 13 books that I'm getting rid of in the first month of 2022. I feel like this is a fairly decent purge from my shelves. I will probably do more. I'm hoping to do another maybe 2 this year, and hopefully they will be similar size so I can get rid of some more. But for now, this is the stack that I'm getting rid of. And that is all I have for you today. That is the books that I'm getting rid of and basic reasons why. I don't know. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you stuck around and are still watching, thank you so very much. You are the best. You are amazing, beautiful, and I am so happy to have you here. So thank you so much for watching and stay safe, happy and healthy, and I shall see you next time. Bye.